don't know what to do with my hands.
I never know what to do with my hands.
Like juke.
Be right here. This just seems right.
What's the week? 2/18, right?
Yes, it's the week of February 18th. No, it's today's
the
February
18th.
18th.
Almost 2 o'clock.
And we are late.
It is almost 2 o'clock.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Ready?
You're live right now, so. And 3,
Wait.
2, 1.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Chroncast for the week of February 18th. I'm joined today by Gerard Avellino,
Hello.
Maria Hendrick,
Hello.
and Rachel Dick.
Hello.
And we'll pass it over to Gerard to find out what our topics are for this day.
Wow, okay, thank you. Today we're going to be talking about Maria, who came in today for our production class to talk about her work in photography and tips for the students to be better photographers. So, Maria, could you tell us a bit about what you said to the class and like how they received your advice?
Well, I was talking about mainly just tips for ways to just kind of compose better photographs, get better exposures, get away from using auto functions and things like that, and really try to experiment with photography and with their camera, and really just get out there and don't be shy and really just, get some work done, stuff like that. So,
That's right.
So,
Yeah, because one very important thing that I remember you talking about is not just using those photographs, but going beyond just taking photos and making a living out of photography.
right, yeah, making a living out of photography, it could be a very difficult thing, but also fun because there's multiple ways that you can go and do that. You can assist other photographers, you can make clients with other, larger companies and things like that, or, you could do the freelance thing or not do the freelance thing and get a full-time job as a photographer or as an editor. I mean, there's so many ways that you can go about it. It's really up to you. So that's like the beauty of it, that even though it is competitive, you can do almost anything. So it's really up to the person who is doing the photography to choose what they want to do.
Kind of is a wide world to photography, and well, it's not just photography in general. You could also bring those principles to broadcast, to video, to our print product, to the web. So what basically do you want the students to take away from what you showed today in class?
I really wanted to give them just tools and tips to take with them so they could practice on their own, because there's really only so much that you can learn looking it up on the internet and say, I need a cheat sheet for, indoor clubs and stuff like that. And, you can only get so much information, but I really wanted to give them ways to take the advice and say, okay, I'm here, and what can I experiment with my camera? What angles can I get? What's the subject matter that I find most interesting? So really just to invoke some kind of critical thinking so that you can just take it and then put it to use out in the field.
That's right. Yeah, one of our biggest things that we do here at Cypress Chronicle is we try to encourage our students to be critical thinkers. And yeah, it's kind of funny because, I don't know, people kind of don't do it.
It's a concept because it is very easy, and digital photography made it easy where you can just pop it on auto
Have
and
it
forget
point and
about
shoot
it.
and don't care.
Point and shoot, and you don't really think about it. And it really is, it's more than that. It's really looking through the viewfinder and really trying to see what's in that square and making an image out of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we could move on to the next topic. Speaking of critical thinking, one of the things that we've been thinking about is, again, the issue of black hole classrooms, which we kind of touched on in last week's episode. Today we actually have a picture of one of the black hole classrooms, one of the biggest that we've found. Do we have it on?
I want to see it.
Because I kind of want to see it too. Today behind our editing desk is Eric, which last week's host. So
I traded off with him for this week.
we're all learning today.
We're learning.
Hooray!
Yay.
So while he learns that, I'm taking over for the desk. So while he figures that out, should you explain a bit more about the
Okay, while we're figuring
black
that
hole
out,
classrooms?
We'll explain. Well,
Okay, I got it.
you got it. Okay,
Never
it's
mind.
up.
We got
see
it.
It is happening. It's kind of not exactly live.
It is.
Okay.
Well,
No, we're a bit delayed.
Oh, well, there's a delay.
there's a delay, of course. It's not. Okay, so it's gonna pop out. It should be up now.
It's up.
It's up. So there it is, the black hole classroom. That is in room 126 or 127.
127.
It's room 127 in the science building. Right when you enter from the other side, the outside side. I don't know. How do you explain? Well, the back entrance, I guess, of the science building. You go in there. There's this whole
There it
area
is.
that's. Yeah, there it is. There's this whole area that's just basically nothing. So you see the door, and there's nothing in there. So one of the things that we want to find out is why exactly these huge ass spaces exist, and why can't students use them?
As
And
opposed to an old cafeteria.
yeah, as opposed to an old cafeteria, like right here in this newsroom. This newsroom is not exactly a newsroom. It used to be a cafeteria.
It's
Merc-
not even a remodeled cafeteria. They basically took out everything inside and then put what we have now inside.
I don't know, like everything, like the stove hood is over Mercer's desk. There's a sink under some paneling over there.
I knew we had a sink.
We had a sink. We have a
We
sink.
used to have a sink.
No, it's there. It's just under the thing, Mercer said.
Really?
Yeah. So
Can we get it out?
I don't know. The problem with the sink is that nobody's gonna clean it.
That's true. I'm not going
That's
to clean
true.
it.
See,
Who would
no,
clean it?
They don't even clean the microwave we have. So.
it's kind of gross. So if you have a new microwave,
Health and safety issues.
yeah, I know. You'll probably get sued for that. But yeah, so there we go. We're gonna figure out. It's gonna be in our magazine that's coming out on Tuesday, next Tuesday, February 25th. Our deadline day is the 20th, and so right here we have Rachel, who is basically our assistant print editor. So Rachel, tell us about what's going on with the magazine. How has it been working on, like, with the new students?
So it's different this semester. Instead of doing a monthly one, we're just doing 2 for the course of the semester, and they're going to be a little bit bigger and better quality. This month, this first issue is going to be featuring Black History Month, which is the month of February.
So I hear there's like ideas for the cover. Do you have any idea of what they're kind of gonna do?
I don't.
It's gonna be a surprise.
It will
Until
be
the very
it will be a
end.
surprise for me too when I see the cover.
That's gonna be
'cause
cool.
I have no idea what it is.
So what kind of stories can we expect in there?
It is Black History Month, so will the majority be about Black history?
I mean, the featured articles will be about Black History Month, but we're gonna have other stuff too. About like we're doing one about a convention season
Mhm.
upcoming, like a kind of all of Southern
Eric's kind of
California's
excited
like
about that.
geeky conventions,
Mm-hmm.
and we're doing one. We're doing an article about all of the shows here at Cycron too, all of the web shows.
And yeah, so we have this magazine coming up. A lot of stories. We're going to be talking about the conventions, the shows, talking about the black hole classrooms, and we're going to revisit the reading proficiency issue. There's a lot of updates on that. So yeah, so look forward to that on shelves on campus on Tuesday. We'll be bringing that out. When is the next editor show?
Next
Next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So we'll be bringing that out.
This time we'll make sure that we actually have it live at 1:30.
So yeah, so next week be here at 1:30. We'll have our magazine for you to show.
We'll be even more prepared.
We will be. All right. So speaking of those conventions that you're going to write about the magazine, the next one that's coming out is WonderCon.
Right, that
Right.
is April 18th through 20th, the Anaheim Convention
People are
Center.
excited. Ceci is flailing
Yeah,
in
she's
the background.
over here.
She's
The
screaming,
arms are moving.
being the main character in her own anime.
Yeah, so WonderCon is coming up. And then after that, it'll be Anime Expo and then Comic Con, obviously.
So people behind our editing desk are like
There's really,
freaking out right
really
now.
excited.
It's really exciting.
Speaking about these expos, have you ever covered any of them, Mariana?
Have I ever covered an expo? I haven't done these ones. It would be so cool if I could, seriously. But it would be an adventure because the people that walk through those doors and just what you see is just like a photographer.
so
It's such
photojournalistic
it's such a good
dream.
atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. Plus, everybody is really excited to be there, so it makes my job easier to take someone's picture. All I could do is just like, hey, and they're like, so they're ready to pose and ready to go. So it's really cool to take.
Yeah,
kinds
and
of
then those
photos
people
like
will
that.
share those pics. They'll find them online and they'll share them
Right,
with their
so
friends.
Right.
it's super collaborative. Everybody wants to share things, so it's really awesome.
Yeah, photos happen a lot. Like, I remember when we went to, where was it? It was Kamikaze, right?
Kamikaze.
What's Kamikaze? And I kind of accidentally rallied a whole bunch of Homestucks.
And
Because there was this group of awesome Homestuck cosplayers. They were like, hey, can I take a picture? Like, okay. And then suddenly they came in from the entrance, and then suddenly
they started shouting to everyone else who was like in a home.
yeah, they're like, Homestuck's over here. And I'm like,
They're a volatile
okay.
bunch.
And I kind of shrunk to the background and had them pose in the stairs, took a picture, and I silently left. So they were all just standing there with other people taking photos. Meanwhile, I was gone. It was kind of scary, but
And it was just like 4 or 5 of them. First,
yeah,
right?
in the beginning there were 4 or 5, and they had really great costumes, and everybody
And then
started
out
pouring
of
in.
nowhere, everyone else just
There was a
started
literal train of Homestucks. They had like a plush dragon from Homestuck, and they were like, follow the scalemate, it's like the plush thing, and they all just converged, and it was kind of crazy.
That would be fun.
It
The
is
other ones I've
extremely
done are a
fun.
little bit more demure than that, like CES. And stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Expos they're a mixed bunch of stuff.
Yes,
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 is
it
awesome.
was
It says
awesome.
Eric.
I was there.
Extremely tiring. We were
it was
there, and it was kind of.
exhausting.
It was.
Rachel wasn't there, so I had
Yeah,
to
I
be
had
there.
to drop out at the last minute, but
And so I had to come in last minute.
sorry.
But it's all fine. It was fun. So let's talk about what conventions are we actually going to? Are we going to all of them?
I'm going to WonderCon and Anime Expo. Comic Con.
Oh, we're talking about that later. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Comic Con, I went every year from 2009 to 2012. And I don't know, I kind of feel like I've gotten as much out of it as I'm going to get in
Mhm.
terms of fun.
Right.
It's kind of become, it's pretty exhausting to go every year. And I mean, it's crazy expensive between, paying for the ticket itself plus hotel and everything
Mhm.
like that. I don't know, it's easier to go to the ones that are closer to home.
That's right. Like WonderCon. It's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
In the Anaheim Convention Center.
Mhm.
It's on April 19th, right?
18th through 20th.
18th to the 20th. So, yeah, you can expect people from the Cypress Chronicle there. I sadly won't be there, but everybody probably gonna go. So Eric's gonna go. Cecily's gonna be there. She's gonna be in cosplay. Yeah, much fun. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, WonderCon's really good because it's pretty much Comic Con just on a smaller scale. I mean, you still
like
get it's the same high profile. You
company.
still get the same high profile like big movie panels that everybody wants to see,
Mhm.
but it's just you don't have to wait 6 hours in line
It's
to get
smaller
in.
and more intimate, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, like last year I went. I got to see Pacific Rim and I got to see
Oh,
Joss
man.
Whedon's Much Ado About Nothing, and both times I was able to walk right in. It wasn't like at anime or not at Comic Con when I had to wait from 1 o'clock in the morning
Wow.
on some nights to get in.
That sucks.
It was worth it,
I
but
felt so bad when I missed it last year when I found out Pacific Rim was there.
yeah.
And
it
Teen
was-
Titans Teen Titans Go was there, and Cecily's just flailing again. Yeah, so much stuff is gonna happen, and we are all gonna be there to cover it,
Except you.
except me, because I kind of will be somewhere else.
No, he will be in Europe.
Shoot.
Well, I guess he wins then.
Yeah, he
Yeah, you
yeah.
are the winner.
That takes over all.
Yeah, I kind of will be in Europe. I'm going for 3 weeks. I'm going to be covering the Eurovision Song Contest. Hello, Twitter friends. I kind of tweeted the link out just now, so hopefully you're watching. Yeah, I'm going to be covering the Eurovision Song Contest with fan site ESC United, and I'm excited to meet all the contestants and all these culture stuff.
It's
I
actually
don't know, it's so overwhelming. I'm kind of
So while we'll be
Super whelmed.
surrounded by people cosplaying, he'll be in Europe enjoying the trip.
yeah.
So
where in Europe is it
Oh.
specifically?
Well, the Eurovision contest will be in Denmark, in Copenhagen.
Wow.
They're actually remodeling this shipyard and they're turning it to a concert hall. It's crazy. But yeah, before that, I'm going to make the most out of the trip as I can. So I'll be stopping in Iceland and in Germany and Austria. So I'm trying to do as much as I can.
I would.
Yeah,
I would
think-
take
I think
advantage of
he
that.
would.
I know. I just want to
Yeah.
see all the things. So yeah, there we go. Are there any other topics that are on anybody's mind that you want to give to the audience before we go?
Well, I don't. Do you understand the whole black hole classroom thing?
I kind of get it. It's unfortunate that there are a lot of areas on this campus that aren't being utilized. I mean, campuses and attendance only gets larger, and you really have to reutilize your space or think creatively when it comes to that. But it sucks because you're looking in that door and you're like, I could just make this into something really cool.
I know.
And then
Did you have that problem in your old schools?
Yeah.
So they also had classrooms where you couldn't use.
Well, I mean, at Cal State, Long Beach, there weren't too many, but it's still, but they were doing a lot of remodeling when I was there. I graduated in 2010, so there were some areas where we couldn't have access to it. And of course, in certain departments and certain buildings, it was a little more run down than others.
That's
but
right.
I'm being told that we have a topic about cafeteria food.
Oh, there you go.
Cafeteria food.
Cafeteria food.
cafeteria
What
food.
about it?
Okay, we're gonna talk about cafeteria food. Okay, so apparently, one of the issues we have with cafeteria food is that even if you get the same thing every day,
The prices change.
the prices kind of change on you.
Well,
So
that's not good.
the person behind the register punches it in a different way, and you end up paying $9 one day, 10 the next, 7 the next. I'm like, is there any accountability for this?
Not only that, it'll be like around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and they're already out of food.
It's not that they're out of food; they're closed. The
But
area
is
with the
it-
burritos and burgers.
Yeah, the only thing
But
that's still open
they
is the
close.
pizza.
I want breakfast burritos all day.
Eric wants breakfast burritos all day.
It's not
I
that.
kind of don't. They're kind of nasty.
Are there times?
They used to be so good, but they're so nasty now.
Are there times going back and forth? Because there's some days that they're still open, other days that they aren't.
Is there a time? Is there like hours?
I
Or
think they
is-
do. It's just not really publicized, so people go there and are disappointed when all that says is a taped piece of paper that says close. Not close, close.
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 That's the only place that you have on campus.
Yeah, and it is the only place on campus. I mean,
That's
there are
a bummer.
places outside. There's KFC over there. The what?
There's a little snack shop.
Oh, there's a little snack
Yeah.
shop in front of
Yeah.
the science building. There's like vending machines for a bunch of
There's a
stuff.
student store, but
The
that's
student
That's
store.
about it.
But then there's not really that much options.
yeah.
unless
for
you want
for
to-
actual real food, unless you want
Yeah.
some like instant ramen.
It's especially if you leave in the morning. You can't just leave campus at 11 in the morning to get food outside because then that parking spot will be gone. So it gets a bit tedious getting food on campus, and we are gonna try to figure out what we can do to get this changed.
And things are always changing too. Like you said, the
Things are
burritos.
changing.
The burritos used to be really good, and now
They
they're
made them
I had a
fresh in
burrito.
front of you.
Today, and it was pretty delicious.
Oh,
So
How hungry were you?
I was pretty
See,
How desperate.
back then they made them fresh. They cooked the eggs in front of you,
Mhm.
put the hash browns and the
And now they already have
meat.
everything in there.
and now everything's all mixed up and just sitting
being
there.
warmed up.
It's
So it's incredibly inconsistent here.
Mhm.
yeah, it's very inconsistent. Some days they have stuffed pizza, some days they don't, and you just don't know when it's gonna happen. Like last semester, they didn't have the freaking baked ziti, and now they have it again. I don't know.
Long Beach has specific days that things come up as specials, and that's how you know when certain things come
Maybe
up.
they do that here, but we just don't know. There's nothing, and
They
there's
don't
no
advertise
sign or
anything.
whatever.
They don't
I
have
want
a
a bar. I
sign.
want a bar on campus.
Eric wants a bar. You can't even have alcohol on campus.
They can have it at Long Beach.
Yes, Cal State Long Beach did serve alcohol on campus. It's the Nugget. It's our bar.
Do you still have it?
They still have it. It's still there.
That's amazing.
Well, I mean, we have the campus right
billiards.
across the street,
They have campus billiards across the street. That's right.
and
Well-
it's called campus.
Well, it's ours was literally on
On
the
the
campus
campus?
grounds, and they had typical bar food. Like you could get grilled anything, grilled sandwiches, cheeseburgers, French fries. They
Wow.
had pizza, and they have like a whole special list if it was like a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. And yeah, it was technically you could say a full bar. They had
Mhm.
liquor there, and well, it was mostly beer and wine, but there was alcohol on
See, why
campus.
can't we
Okay.
have that here?
I know.
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
I'm not 21 yet, but I mean, it'd be great for when I
Aside
am
from
21.
that,
on that note, we do not condone students drinking who are underage. Do not
Oh.
go to class. We do not want to break the law here. I don't want to get deported.
don't break the law.
I'm gonna marry Victoria if I get deported.
No underage drinking.
No underage drinking.
Don't show up to class.
Do not show up to class drunk. Jesus Christ, don't.
Everyone
Well-
can tell he's just really sloppy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone can
Okay.
tell.
On that note, that has been Chroncast.
That's it for this episode of Chroncast for the week of February 18th.
February 18th.
Make sure to stay tuned for this week's new episode of This Week in Geek, hosted by Eric Lucas, Giovanni Estrada, Rachel Dick, and Stacy Vonna. Until next week, I'm Jeff Lopez.
I'm Gerard Avellino.
Maria Hedrick.
Rachel Dick.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Woo.
And I have to run class now.